You spent your entire career building wealth, and someday a meaningful portion of it is going to your kids. The question is when, and whether you'll be there to see what it does for them. A family that delays gifting until estate distribution loses an average of 10 to 18 years of compounded growth that could have benefited the next generation, along with the chance to watch it change their lives while it's happening. The default plan, let an estate attorney hand your children a check when you're gone, is the most expensive version of the story, and for most families, it's entirely optional. I'm Klemm, founder of Inflection Point Wealth Management. Today, we're talking about giving with warm hands instead of cold ones, and what it actually costs to wait. The problem here is the default estate plan. The default is this: accumulate, protect, and transfer at death. That's how most wealth plans are structured. It's legally sound, it's administratively clean, and it delays the impact of wealth until the moment it can do the least amount of good. Your kids are most likely to need financial support between the ages of 28 and 40. That's when they're building their first homes, starting families, and building careers. That's when a down payment changes their monthly cash flow by $2,000, when a business loan creates the trajectory they've been working towards. The default estate plan delivers the money when they're 55 and you're gone at 85. By then, they figured it out, or they haven't, and a windfall doesn't fix that. The window where your giving has a maximum impact is right now, and most families leave it closed. When this topic comes up, almost nobody says, "I can't afford to give." They say one of three things, and each one is worth examining. The first is fear of enabling. If I give my kids money, will they stop working hard? Here's the reframe. There's a significant difference between a trust fund that eliminates any reason to work and helping your 32-year-old make a down payment so they're not spending $3,000 a month in debt. One creates a dependency, the other creates stability. And the parents who are most afraid of enabling, their kids are almost always already working hard, not at risk of quitting, but at risk of spending their 30s financially stressed when they don't have to be. The second is fear of running out. Even people with substantial wealth carry this. It's deep. For most families in this situation, the math has been done. They know they have more than enough. The fear at that point isn't rational, it's emotional. And acting on it costs the next generation years of compounded growth on money that was going to them anyways. The third is not knowing how to start the conversation. Money is uncomfortable with adult children. There's a power dynamic, a fear of being misunderstood, a worry about treating kids unequally, so the conversation never happens, and the default takes over. Here's the number that should reframe this. A family that waits until estate distribution to transfer $500,000 to the next generation, instead of gifting it at age 60 when both parents are alive, loses roughly 15 to 25 years of investment growth on that capital in the hands of the next generation. Assuming a 7% annual return, $500,000 becomes $1.38 million in 15 years. The estate delivers $500,000 at death. The lifetime gift, compounding in your child's hands, could potentially deliver $1.38 million. And you were there for the story. And here's the part that gets me. You could see it. You could watch your daughter close on her first house. You could watch your son start the business he's been talking about for 5 years. You could see your grandkids' college funds grow. You could be part of the story. Instead, the default plan is to hand it to them through your estate planning attorney when you're not here to witness any of it. Before giving anything, you need to know what you need to keep. What does your retirement income picture look like? What are your fixed expenses, your healthcare cushion, your long-term care exposure? Once you know that number, what you need to live comfortably for the rest of your life, everything above it is your giving capacity. That's the money going to your kids one way or the other. The question is timing. On the mechanics, under current law, you can give $19,000 per person per year without touching your lifetime exemption. For a married couple, that's $38,000 per year per recipient. 2 married kids and 4 grandchildren, potentially $304,000 per year in transfers with zero gift tax implications. Federal lifetime exemption is $15 million per person, $30 million for a married couple. For the vast majority of families, even substantial lifetime giving won't come close to triggering gift tax. The mechanics are easy. Any CPA or estate planning attorney can walk you through them. The hard part, the part that determines whether this actually goes well, is the conversation. A few things I've seen work well. Be specific about what you're offering and why. We want to help you with a down payment because we think home ownership would be a strong foundation for your family is very different from here's some money. Purpose and context turn a gift into a partnership. Be transparent about boundaries. If this is a one-time gift, say so. If you plan to give annually, explain the structure. If you're giving different amounts to different kids because they're in different situations, name that directly. Ambiguity is where assumptions live. Involve your advisor and your CPA because the professional framework takes some of the emotional weight off the conversation. It's easier to discuss money when there's a structure and a third party keeping it grounded. The summary? The money is going to your kids either way. The default plan delivers it late. And for families above the exemption threshold, at unnecessary estate tax exposure without your witness to the impact. A structured lifetime giving plan delivers it earlier, compounds it in the hands for more years, reduces your taxable estate if that's relevant to your tax situation, and lets you watch it change their lives. The cost of the default isn't just financial, it's the moments you could have had and didn't. If you are in a position where you have more than you need, and you know who you are, and you haven't thought through a lifetime giving strategy, that conversation is still available to you. But the window where your giving has the most impact on your children's life is finite. Every year you wait is a year of compounded growth they didn't get, in a story you won't be there to see. This channel is built for hiring professionals and executives, delivering content on navigating complex financial decisions, equity compensation, tax strategy, retirement planning, and concentrated wealth. If these topics are valuable to you, be sure to subscribe so that you get more free content. Thanks for joining, and see you next time.